Raven's Black, taking the attack. 3 points. And enough time left for, yeah, a minute push if Blizzkill does decide to take the map. Or, not decide to take the map, rather do their best as they possibly can to take the map and succeed. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful streets of Kings Row, central London. We zoom in. First point. Very classic Overwatch point. Many a strat here. Who can't? Yeah, everyone remembers the LA Gladiators here with Surefour on the Widow, baiting with the... They thought they were going goats. They thought they were rotating, but it was Surefour waiting in that window up there in the attacker spawn with the insane double kill. Was it double? I think it was a double, yeah. It's quite the play. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing any strats like that coming out of these teams, but still a solid Overwatch nonetheless.
And Talon is the flame.
Hello. You're mistaken.
Thank you. Combat too edgy for you.
You're mistaken.
A little bit of back and forth between some Talon agents here. We're seeing no scouting Widow from Blizzkill. Interesting. And it might actually find value. Actually, no. They are running double shield. What am I talking about? That wouldn't have found value yet. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the Ryan's... Ooh. Yeah, the Ryan Zarya there. If the bubble doesn't come out to save you, nothing's saving you because they do not have Sigma accretion, nor do they have... what is it? The Kinetic Grasp? Yeah. Two very, very powerful tools that Sigma brings to the table. Looks like the DPS trying to find value, but yeah, Becca there just holding right click as hard as she can on that Doomfist. But Contra finding a ton of value there. Wow, with 3 kills supported by the Coalescence from Kashiria. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you're watching this. Okay. That's going to be a very, very fast first point take from Blizzkill. With 5 minutes left in the bank, Carlton Ravens Black need to make sure that their mental is still in the game after getting capped on literally the first attack. There are some weaknesses to Ryan Zarya in this meta as opposed to double shield, and they need to find those and exploit those in order to win this map. Yeah, Smexy shutting down the Reaper hard. A very ballsy res coming in onto the Reaper, only for him to get immediately killed again. That is an unlucky. Yeah, this is a very good place to hold on defense. Regardless, it's better if they were running Bastion or something. It'd be harder for them to set back up on the card or something, but it's still great, even against Ryan Zarya. We should be seeing a halt coming in here maybe, so the Meteor Strike can get value. Massive Shatter coming in though from Turbo, trying to make this Ryan Zarya work. But double shield, man, there's so much. Orisa is so tanky. Smexy deciding to touch the spawn doors, gets out somehow. Really taking it to the other team in the metaphorical and the literal sense. Fart Boy going for a pretty aggressive positioning here, gets scouted. Can he make it out alive? He shouldn't be able to make it out alive, right? Wow. His counterpart Contra, there you go. He eventually gets punished for that crazy flank. Doomfist deciding to retreat more to the safety of his team. Oh, Doomfist touching in the sky. Kind of just a back and forth right now. The Orisa finds herself a bit out of position though. And Contra coming through with the big damage. But Smexy doesn't like it, but his team's dead anyway, so there's only so much one Doomfist with a Meteor Strike can do. Without Orisa Halt, that is. If you have Orisa Halt and Meteor Strike, you can do like literally anything. So, coming into
My
this
ultimate is charging.
next fight, yeah, two very important tank ults coming online for, was it for Blizzkill? But also, of course, yeah, the two tank ults from Carlton Ravens Black. Wow, the Supercharger and the Coalescence, a very potent combo coming out right now. Manages to find enough damage onto Electromag, but the Reinhardt going for a very long distance charge, finds his mark on Fart Boy. Let's see. Oh, wow, the style. Wow, the mid-air punch. This man has indeed passed high school physics. Acceleration of gravity is equal to 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, coming. Now we have, yeah, Gravity is online for Blizzkill. They should be looking for that. Yeah, that combined with a Coalescence could ruin the Carlton Ravens' chance of holding them on second. 100 charge on Zarya, though. Oh, wow. Smexy finds great value there on the Mercy. Fart Boy cleaning up 2, gets 2. And unfortunately, yeah, Barcode just cannot do enough. That double shield's so strong. Even with like 100 charge, that Orisa literally just put down the shield right in front of herself when she was in Grav, and either you have to spend all your time rotating around, or you just try and burn the Orisa shield in the front, and that shield is a meaty boy. So, yeah, that's a lot of health to burn through, even with 100 charge on Zarya. So coming in, there'll be a Shatter and a Doomfist ult from Blizzkill, and the Supercharger should be probably used by Bellic in this fight. Oh, but he gets charged. Oh, wow. Superb ultimate usage there from Turbo, finding a great value around the Orisa shield. The MVP of this fight for his team. Wow. And then, they just clean up on point there. Wow. So coming in here, we have Blizzkill with the Reaper ults and the Mercy ult, and probably, Moira builds ults like every fight anyway, so yeah. Moira ults, and then 5 ults on the side of Carlton Ravens Black. Here, I'd probably favor Carlton Ravens Black, especially since they're engaging early here. Although they are being kept in check by that Reaper up on the top. So they're not able to extend like as far as they would like. Wow, that gets shut down very hard. Yeah. Interesting. Parkboy trying to find value, but extends a bit too far. Yeah, his tanks were like way too far back for him to get like as much value as he wanted out of that. Smexy going very far in. The Halt needs to come out here for him to get a lot of value. I guess the Moira didn't have fate. Yeah, and Carlton Ravens does end up cleaning this fight up in the end.
That's more like it.
So here, for Blizzkill, there's going to be Graviton Surge coming online and Shatter. So this is going to be very tough on Sakanez with Beat. He has to choose to counter one of these ults. It's very tough. And Coalescence coming online. Carlton Ravens Black will have a very tough time holding this fight if Blizzkill does use their ultimates correctly. But as I say that, Smexy getting in for free. Oh my god, that is a 4-man Shatter. Bellic has no fear though, just walking right into Reinhardt. And wow, that was quite the fight. Carlton Ravens Black somehow withstanding both tank ultimates, pulling through in the end. Although they do expend Sound Barrier, they will be able to mount a very forward hold here on Blizzkill. Looking to deny them this cap. Great pull. Doesn't exactly find a squishy target, but that is a lot of damage onto the tanks. Great flux. No defensive ults on the side of Blizzkill to stop this. And it looks like this will be Carlton Ravens Black's map win here on King's Row. Wow. That was another very close map between them, yeah, between these teams. Becca about to show us some tracking here. The damage orbs comes through, yeah. Oh my god, look at all those final blows. Yeah, it's a classic Moira play of the game. Just finishing off people. But, you know, every bit of damage counts, and in team fights, yeah, as coordinated as this, you want your Moira pumping out like as much damage and healing as you can, yeah. Yeah, very good plays from both teams. As I mentioned that, the Reaper gets uppercut there, and kind of gets a lot more value. The Reaper gets a lot more value out of his Death Blossom than I guess he was originally intending, but yeah. It's good stuff. Is it? No? Okay, yeah. Yeah, very interesting stuff coming here from Blizzkill and Raven's Black. Yeah, Barcode showing us, yeah, a lot of good Doomfist plays. Smexy answering right back, arguably with edging Barcode out a bit on that last map. Yeah, great. Interesting how Turbo's making these Reinhardt plays actually work surprisingly well against double shield. He's getting consistently like 3 or 4 man shatters here against double shields. Maybe Carlton Raven's Black needs to look to invest maybe their Sigma shield a bit more against these, like keep it with retracted and then deploy it. With the instant deploy time that just went through, that could prove quite an effective counter, possibly, but then they take more spam. It's a trade-off. But the Reinhardt can't keep finding this insane amount of value against double shields. That's winning them so many fights. Okay, now we head over to Junkertown, presumably the final map in this series, if no tie occurs. Which would be pretty unlikely, given that this is an escort map. Where, I don't know if I've ever seen an escort map tie before. Technically possible, but yeah. Yeah. It's a tough one. Traditionally, Widowmaker, very strong on this map, as well as other long-range damage heroes, such as Hanzo, possibly Ashe with the Mercy Pocket. A lot of Orisa on here, yeah. Not so much Reinhardt with the wide open spaces, and as we can see here, they are not running any Reinhardt. Both teams locking the double shields, locking the horse and the toes. And yeah, interestingly enough, very interesting that they choose to go Mei on here. This map is very wide out and open. Maybe with a ton of space for off angles. If it is in their hero pool, snipers usually excel here, even in double shields. Sometimes. And the Pharah would be traditionally countered by like any sort of sniper long range hero if they did have it. Interesting. But yeah, without running a sniper though, yeah, there's a lot of long range poke though that that the Pharah can get here. And the Pharah will clean up, getting that crucial first pick off and forcing Carlton Raven's Black onto the low ground. Some, much less advantageous position than up front there. Again, look at the ultimate charge on Barcode. 70%, 80%. This man will not stop until he gets a fat barrage or dies. Yeah, so much ultimate charge. Although, Smexy does manage to go deep and find the Orisa, but does get punished. And there's the barrage. Another thing about this being such a wide open map, it's pretty hard to get good barrages here. And yeah. Yeah. Wow. A lot of ultimates coming out. This is a very scrappy fight. Wow. And in the end, it looks like Blitzkill does come out on top using the Mei ult, Sigma ult, and Pharah ult. Showing us, Contra showing us his tracking skills there on the Mei. Doing a hurl-a-whirl. Yeah. Okay, so we see here not too many tank ults online for Carlton Ravens Black. They do have the Mei ult, which is very useful at forcing off point, but a massive conk comes off from Barcode. Someone did drop there. It was the Mei. Yeah, so Fartboy is going to have to find himself in an angle where he can actually use this Mei ult to get them off point. But another massive conk comes in. Wow. With the Eat offline, he will be looking to use it. And that's some pretty massive value already. They should be looking to walk on the rest of the team. Pretty optimistic Death Blossom usage there from Smexy. I don't know if he needed that one. But in the end, the result is still the same. They do clean up the fight pretty well. The Pharah probably, does look to get out. Yeah, and now that they have been dislodged from this point, it's notoriously hard to get back in here onto this cart. Although Carlton Ravens Black not playing aggressively, letting them set back up on the cart. I would say not really playing to the strength of the Mei comp, where they can deny them entry. And Barcode comes in on an angle, probably hit himself on the Sigma shield there. Unfortunate, but he does find the value he needed to, and his team should be cleaning up this fight. Yeah. Yeah. If you trade 2 for 1 with Pharah, you're pretty happy. Yeah, so as we see here, quite a few ultimates online for Carlton Ravens Black, but yeah, no one's far enough up to recontest, so they have to let it go, unfortunately, for them. Yeah, there's nothing. Well, I guess they are coming up to a Flux and a Mei ult on the side of Blitzkill. Yeah, they could combo that pretty effectively, but it is pretty hard to get quite a lot of ultimate charge pretty fast with those 2 characters before the next engagement can happen. If Carlton Ravens Black decides to go aggressive with these support ults, as they look like they're doing, they could find massive value here before the ultimates are online for Blitzkill. Oh, the Moira does get the Mercy. Ooh, the Mei ult does come online though. They still do have the Flux. Do they decide to commit the Flux? Probably not. Yeah, the tanks are the only ones left alive, yeah. And the Orisa die staggered. So coming back into this, they're going to have a Flux and a Coalescence on the side of Blitzkill. Some very effective ultimates, but there's pretty much going to be 6 ultimates on the side of Sea Ravens Black. Very optimistic beat. Very optimistic beat. Possibly a fat finger. Almost definitely a fat finger. But I like this. It's a pretty aggressive Mei freeze from Fartboy. Unfortunately, his team is not there to follow up on it, and it goes to waste with only a single kill on the Sigma. And yeah. Another very optimistic ult from Sea Ravens Black. I don't imagine Becca would be switching after that. So a lot of fat fingers on the side of Carlton Ravens Black today. That's an actual unlucky. So yeah, possibly they could. I know the Hulk just came out, but yeah, Becca should probably be looking. Wait, sorry, Bellic and Smexy should be looking to combo here. The Meteor Strike with the Halt, but no Halt comes out with the Meteor Strike. Smexy looking for that low ground Pharah. Oh, gets frozen just before the punch goes off. That's unfortunate. But yeah, the Supercharger comes out, and a Supercharger is very hard to deal with if you can't kill it immediately, and that leads to Blitzkill setting a pretty blistering pace for this attack round.
0 to 3. Switching sides.
Yeah, Carlton Ravensblack needs to find a way to deal with this Pharah on this wide open map that is Junkertown, which historically, very good answer for that is Widow. Yeah, I will admit, a lot less effective into double shields if you're not specifically countering Pharah, but the good thing about being on the offense is you can pretty easily switch heroes. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, smart move would be to swap to something like Widowmaker or long-range damage hero to counter the Pharah. And, you know, if they're not running the Pharah, you can just swap back to the meta composition. Ooh, interesting here, though. Instead of opting to counter the Pharah with the direct... Oh no, they do decide. Look at that. They do decide to go with the hit scan counter for Pharah. Because, yeah, they have been running the Pharah literally the whole series. I do like the setup they were on before, though, with the Bastion and the Pharah, though. Is a very potent combination, as seen from San Francisco Shock in the Overwatch League Grand Finals. Extreme damage coming from two sources. Pharmacy, very survivable if positioning correctly. Bastion, if not set up on the payload, is very hard to dislodge when you have Orisa on the payload as well. So they should be seeing the Pharah coming in. Right now, she's hiding behind the shields, probably pretty smartly. Fartboy actually goes back to swap onto the Pharah. Okay, yeah, I do like this composition, but he might be a little late to the fight. The Mercy very low on the side of Blizzkill. Unfortunately, they cannot capitalize, and yeah, I would say there, Fartboy probably just didn't get out fast enough on the Pharah there, instead opting to start on the Widow, so that let the opposing Pharah get into a position where she could very easily spam the flank of Junior Varsity, so sorry, the Carlton Ravensblack. They found massive value there. As I say that, Fartboy takes out his counter with everyone else very low on their side, on the side of a Blizzkill, and wow, that's a pretty clean kill feed. Again, yeah, off the back of Fartboy, a tale of ice and fire, hot and cold, and the second is kind of frontlining a bit. Should probably be playing a bit farther back there. But sometimes, you know, you get caught up in the heat of the moment, a little aggressive. It happens to the best of us, including myself. Oh, wow. It's pretty good directs. Can he follow it up? Fartboy takes out his counterpart, but I don't know if that's the best trade in the world, because, yeah, damn. Oh, wow. I value Deadeye. Wow. Smexy deciding it's his time to shine. Fartboy wins one fight. Smexy decides he's going to win this fight for his team. Oh. Yeah, dodging those fire rockets is pretty hard when you're out of a booster pack. Yeah. Yeah, Fartboy, luckily for him, the spawn's right there, so he'll be coming back pretty soon, but everyone should be here to take a fight. And the fight is being forced with the pull off the high ground. Let's see. Barcode has had very large barrages historically. Let's see if they engage with Bongos or Valkyrie or even Flux. It's going to be Ravens. Ravens engaging with Bongos, but the sound barrier does cancel out the Flux. Let's see. Wow. Yeah. And that is Blizzkill. Able, yeah, the Flux just too strong, even though, well, I guess the Flux was countered, but it does lock them into a certain position for a while, and yeah, that just lets the Pharah get into like a pretty great position where she, yeah, Barcode just putting down so much value right now for Blizzkill. Turbo trying to get the shoot on the rotate. Barcode looking for a barrage here. Oh, wow. Making sure not to kill himself. Very good. Contra finding value too. It's very skillful to be able to find value on Widowmaker against double shields in a very confined area like this where there's not too many off angles.
No one can hide from my sight.
I mean, yeah, there is the building, but yeah. Even taking that flank, yeah, it's a pretty big risk if the opposing pharmacy is expecting it. I mean, sorry, if like the Reaper's over there or something, yeah. Yeah, Reaper against Widow matchup in a close range is not one you want to be on the Widowmaker side of at all. So they're rotating through here. Widow looking for the pickoff. Does not find the pickoff. Flux coming out from Carlton Ravens Black. Cannot find the follow-up there. Ooh, a bigger Flux coming out from Blizzkill. And they find the follow-up. The barrage, it's massive. Carlton Ravens Black looking a little stumped right now. Although they will, at this point, have a sound barrier that is unanswered by a Flux. So they could decide to use this sound barrier maybe aggressively and engage into a Fluxless Blizzkill. Especially with a Reaper. That, yeah, they can really capitalize off of the aggressiveness displayed there. And turns out they didn't even need it. Smexy going for Deadeye. Oh, this is actually winnable for Blizzkill if Contra can find a few more picks.
No one can hide from my sight.
Not so winnable anymore. Yeah, regardless, at this point, Carlton Ravens Black will be having a lower time bank than Blizzkill on this map. Very interesting. As this is Escort, all they need to do is to finish the map in order to get another shot at attacking. Not necessarily finish with any time left, but of course that is what they would like. Right now, both sides of Superchargers probably going to be seeing a bongo or... Yeah, probably a bongo, I would imagine. Yeah. There you go. Barcode looking for another big barrage, but Bellic right there to answer back, killing two very quickly. Probably, yeah, off the back of Becca's Coalescence, which picks up another two. A Valkyrie from Kalia coming out of spawn? Okay, I think we got some fat fingers in this lobby, possibly. Oh, Smexy misses the flashbang. That's unfortunate. And it looks like Blizzkill is going to bring this back. Unless Carlton Ravens Black can pull something very fast. And yeah, that's a very large Flux from Turbo. They are not, yeah, this is not going to be Carlton Ravens Black finishing the map with more than like 20 seconds left. If at all. Although right now, the ultimates are looking... They're looking pretty bleak across the board, except for Red, who's very close relatively to a Flux. Carlton Ravens Black opting to go through the quick way to point, but they will take a lot of spam from the far on entry here. Turbo, I have to say, in a very good position here to spam them on entry. Although the trade has been made. The Widowmaker is low. Looks like Carlton Ravens Black will be clutching this fight out. Barcode unfortunately killing himself off the Sigma Shield, and that is Carlton Ravens Black managing to finish the map. Very impressive to be able to clutch that fight out even after losing one on the entry there. Sakana is finding, I believe it was the Orisa. Yeah. Able to flip that. Not too many teams be able to do that. Now we have the Carlton Ravens Black attacking. With a minute in their bank, they are looking to make this a full run through the map. How likely that will be is anyone's guess. Depends. Actually, looking on the other side, they are not running the Pharah for pretty much the first time on this map. It's going to be interesting to see how, Smexy should be making a pretty immediate swap off of McCree here once they realize they're not going to be running the Pharah. Yeah, although they will be, Blitzkill will be vulnerable to a Flux, possibly. With no Lucio on the field, they'll have to rely on Immortality Fields, which is slightly less reliable and could be forced out earlier. Interesting. Yeah, Smexy does swap onto the Mei, which is the right call, but at this point, yeah, they have not found a good entry angle onto this Bastion so far. And are just taking a lot of fire. If you look at the Bastion's all charge right now, he basically has tank mode. That is going to be very tough to mount onto the payload. Okay, yeah, they're deciding to take this fight now. They know if they can get kills here that this is going to essentially end the map. Yeah, Red getting killed there, yeah, they are not coming back to touch. It is going to be a very, very desperate fight here, if you can even call it that, from Carlton Ravens. Smexy trying to mirror, doesn't exactly go as planned. Unfortunate. This is going to be a very interesting attempt at a hold from Carlton Ravens Black here.
Yeah, pause it.
Switching sides.
Looks like we are paused.
Okay, we paused.
I was gonna say, one person walking in a straight line is one thing. 3 people walking in a straight line is.
Oh. Rip. Do we have to redo that attack round?
I can't believe it actually fucking happened. The fuck? I mean, it's like, what are the rules of the tournament say about disconnecting in overtime?
You're doing a good job, man. Wait, is that live?
Yeah, we have some technical difficulties right now. Here are some highlights of the map so far. Yeah, Farboy's Farah, yeah. Surprising amount of work on first there. Yeah, Turbo showing some very big fluxes at the end of at this point and the end of their first attack on third point. It's very good. And joining me here we have President of Tespa Carlton, Pills.
Oh, great to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, was feeling a bit lonely.
Nah.
Yeah, now I got you, man.
But yeah, let's see. We have some replays coming in. Honestly, throughout the day, both teams have been playing really well. But honestly, if I had to choose like a notable player throughout the day, it'd honestly be Barcode.
Yeah.
Barcode's been popping off. He's been putting up, having a lot of clutch moves. That's basically winning on the fight.
Yeah, on Doomfist, Farah, yeah. He's been very consistent, I'd say,
Yeah.
throughout the series. Both series is... Plural words are hard. Yeah.
But we'll be getting into the match soon. We just had some technical difficulties, so stay tuned.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful today in Ottawa, Ontario. A great day to be inside casting esports.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're reminded that the Capital Click tournament is sponsored by Desjardins. So we'd like to thank our sponsors for making this tournament possible.
Become a member and get $100.
Yeah. So in terms of the matches, based on all the matches that happened today, what do you think was probably your favorite match?
I have to say my favorite match is maybe the original match between these two teams. It was so neck and neck, so close. Although, yeah, this match itself, the one that we're currently spectating, has also been very good. Yeah, also the varsity Carleton top varsity team has also showed us a lot of very high level play against Crabbers, and Crabbers putting out a pretty incredible Pharah showing as well.
Yeah, I was not expecting Crabbers to actually sort of I was actually worried that varsity Carleton Ravens, they struggled a lot during that first map, so I was really worried that it was going to be much closer. But going back to this match compared to the original CU Ravens Black versus Blizzkill, this one has been it actually hasn't been that close, actually. Just comparing, I felt like that Blizzkill has picked up on the weaknesses that CU Ravens Black has shown in the first map, as well as the current match. So props to Blizzkill for actually picking up on the weaknesses and capitalizing on it. Yeah. Because I feel like that's actually what's making the difference.
Yeah, adaptation is the name of the game. This map, or this match, Smexy rolling out on the McCree. Initially, they weren't showing that adaptation earlier, but now specifically trying to counter Barcode doing so much work on that Pharah. Again, rolling back to the varsity Overwatch in the previous match against Crabbers, showing adaptation against again Pharah by rolling out on McCree. It's
And given that this meta is sort of like the double shield, just based on today's matches, a lot of the unexpected heroes have actually proven their worth. Like I just mentioned earlier, McCree against the Pharah is also one thing. Earlier, you had Decade versus on the Genji. Both, even though Genji isn't in the meta right now, he was able to make some clutch moves that sort of allowed his team to win the map.
Yeah, it's very surprisingly large Dragon Blades, and moving on to the tank lines, the Shatters coming out. Those were unexpectedly massive on especially on King's Row, multiple 3-4 man Shatters, as well as Gravs, pretty much always.
Just the variety of team comps from just having Sigma and Orisa, as well as having Ryan and Zarya as part of these team compositions, has actually been. It makes the games more interesting to watch rather than your traditional boring double shield meta. So I'm looking forward to most of these matches, and I feel like
you can't just call it boring, man. D:. I mean, there's a lot of nuance in the double shield meta. I won't lie. As an Orisa player, I kind of miss playing Reinhardt and having a Lucio with me and just speeding in. But I don't know. There's a lot of nuance with halt usage and stuff like that. And it's been good to see some of the teams today really showing off what they can do with good the classic halt to Doomfist punch. Many teams today have shown that they can consistently get guaranteed picks off that combination, and also a lot of nuance in shutting down those plays as well with the correct accretion usage on Sigma, making sure that Reapers and Doomfists when one of them is playing aggressively, that they can't just get in and out for free.
Right.
With shutting it down properly. Sigma positioning is a very large, I would say maybe underrated portion.
I think he gets overlooked
in this meta.
Compared to all the other heroes, such as Doomfist is obviously most of the DPS are making the flashy plays, but then your supports and tanks are still playing a major difference in deciding the team fight outcome. So I feel one of the players we want to sort of highlight in terms of the Doomfist, I think one person that stood out to me throughout the day was Smeximax on CU Ravens Black. He's definitely since the first match, he has shown his potential on Doomfist. So I'm hoping that once this match gets underway again, maybe that might be able to make a difference. Obviously, it is going to be pretty close, but we'll see.
Yeah, Doomfist not too great into Bastion, unfortunately, which they were running on the defense here, but presumably very yeah, he's well versed on other heroes as well. I know him personally, and can confirm he's not Doomfist one trick. So
Well, he's shown his flexibility. Obviously, like with his Doomfist, he's
Yeah.
been really skilled. Plus, on top of his McCree, like his
Yeah.
McCree also made a big difference. Like that first fight during their attack phase, that basically won them the fight. And
Yeah, a lot
allowed
of
them to take first
Chinese.
point. Yeah. But,
Yeah. Yeah, it's always great to have some flexibility in your hero pool, being able to play like outside of like what's strictly meta, as we've seen in this. Like if you're unable to flex off of just like Reaper Doomfist, then you're gonna have a very hard time countering like Bastion, Pharah, all these picks we've seen coming out today. So being able to flex like McCree, Mei, all this, yeah, is very important.
Yeah, for sure. Just comparing it to like the last meta of like goats or triple tank, triple support, that it's a big difference. And I feel like that's honestly like aside from like just pure mechanical skill, like as you mentioned earlier, flexibility in heroes in like your own specific hero pool is also key in order for these teams to succeed.
Of course, when we say flexibility, we're only really referring to like flexibility in the DPS role.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course, there is a bit of flexibility in the support role as well. With maybe you're running like Baptiste or something, or Mercy. Baptiste if you're doing a bunker strategy, and Mercy if you're doing a pharmacy strategy. But yeah, for the most case, yeah, if you're playing tanks, you're kind of out of luck with flexibility. Yeah, who knows? Maybe BlizzCon got a new hero in store for us.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think is
Shake
in
up.
store for BlizzCon?
I don't know. A lot of rumors about Overwatch 2 and stuff. I don't know what that would really be. I don't know. I'm pretty interested in like the competitive side
Yeah.
of Overwatch. So PvE mode wouldn't like be the top of my wish list, but it would be pretty fun.
I
overall.
feel like I think it sort of like revitalized the franchise.
Yeah.
And just because like obviously with this meta, like Overwatch has been sort of like on the decline.
Yeah.
So I feel like just allowing sort of like a new face into the world will definitely bring the game back.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, but in terms of that, aside from Overwatch 2, I'm mostly excited. There is like the PvE thing. I've always been a big fan of like other games such as like Left 4 Dead 2, those kind of like zombie shooters, and as well as like just given with the Halloween event like Junkenstein's Revenge, I've been a big fan of just point shoot AIs, and like if Overwatch can bring that back, as well as focus on like on their lore, because that's honestly one of the things that brought me to this game. Like I'm more curious to find out like what the actual Overwatch lore is, and I feel like the devs haven't actually covered more.
Yeah, they've left it very vague, maybe intentionally, to leave more room for Overwatch 2.
We'll see.
Who knows? Yeah.
So it looks like we're slowly getting back into it. So it should take almost a couple more minutes before we're back into the game. So
yeah, more Overwatch discussion
feel
coming
like-
at you
yep.
right now. Yeah.
So do you have any more replays of that match? We can pull up. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What are you playing?
Well, right
competitive
now,
these days, Phils.
so just for the viewers, like I'm the president of Tespa Carlton. I've been part of this club for almost 3 years now, and part of the exec team for almost 2 years. So initially, when I joined this club, I played on the original Overwatch team. But fun fact, that was also the same team where professional player Danny, who now plays for the Houston Outlaws, also played on that team. And as well as after that year, I played on the junior varsity team for one semester, and then after that, I joined the executive team. So that's when I decided to like focus from like the competitive side to more like the leadership and administration side of the club. And I felt like I made a good choice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, you're doing so much involvement with like the community at Carleton for organizing events and getting us funding and getting us like reimbursements for like traveling and stuff like that. It's really helpful.
Because essentially, just to provide like some history to our viewers, Tespa Carleton was founded in fall of 2016, and that was the same semester where I entered Carleton as a freshman. So I joined the club when there was around 20 members or so, and now I think our community has gone to almost like 1,900 members. So just seeing that community go over the span of 3 years is definitely it's really impressive, and I'm proud to be a part of this community because honestly, the people I've met through these past 3 years has ultimately changed my life. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to see what we can do in the future, as well as personally, I want to achieve some more goals.
Yeah, you're aiming for a career. in
Yeah,
esports too,
It's initially I'm right now a fourth year computer science student, and I'm hoping that like with my experience here, helping out with and building Carleton's esports community, this will allow me to sort of I want to pursue this after I graduate, and just given that like I love video games, like I grew up playing video games since I was like God knows how long, and like this has sort of been like a passion for me. Initially, when I was young, I thought it was just gonna be like professional video games. But now that like as the esports industry has emerged during this past like 10 years or so, it's definitely like a viable career possibility.
Yeah, it's great. Like, yeah, the acceptance of like esports in like mainstream has like really gone up over the last few years. Like Overwatch League being broadcast on like major like I think cable. Cable
Like
channels.
ABC, ESPN. Then like obviously as esports becomes more mainstream, like more people are going to be intrigued into it. Because this is the age of technology, and I feel like a lot more people are able to connect with one another online. But yeah, what are you like? Are you considering? Have
Right
you ever
now,
thought about it?
I don't know. Right now, I'm a like fourth year software engineering student at Carleton University, and I don't know. I've been on the Overwatch. I started on the Overwatch team. Oh man, I don't even know. Like winter 2016 or something like that. Then went to the junior varsity team, and then have been on the varsity team for like 2 years now as a substitute player. So I've done a lot of my fair share of competitive Overwatch, and I've really enjoyed it. But yeah, personally, I don't know. I'm still riding that software engineering path. I do really love like coding stuff.
Sure.
So yeah, everyone has their own.
Yeah, it's definitely good to sort of like
flavors,
keep your windows open. It's just like like pursuing like a career in the esports industry is also one thing, but like if you do sort of like want to continue doing what you love with your degree, like that's also like you have sort of like two branches you can go.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's also like within the esports industry, there's a lot of like it's essentially not just because you choose one path of software engineering doesn't necessarily mean that like you can't go into the esports industry forever. As like our industry continues to grow, like there will be opportunities for you to sort of like mesh your software engineering passion and experience with like the esports industry.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's all connected. Yeah, like software. Yeah, it's a very like broad.
Yeah, for sure.
Broad field. Yeah.
So it looks like the lobby people are starting to get back into the lobby, so it should be a couple more minutes, hopefully, just based on what I'm seeing. But yeah. Oh man.
It's a fun time here at Click Esports. Our sponsor, Desjardins.
Yep.
Become a member and get $100.
This tournament's also sponsored by the Ottawa International Education Consulting Group, as well as you mentioned earlier, Desjardins. So I feel like perhaps maybe once we get the lobby resolved, until then we can probably perhaps cut to a break. Looks like it's still people are still trying to get in for some reason. It looks like we're good.
They're going.
We're good. All right. Looks like we're back into it. Sorry about that massive delay, folks. But hopefully, yep, we're back into it.
It's no what was that Overwatch League like Guangzhou Charge versus Dallas?
Yeah.
Like hour-long pause. So, looks like we're going to be rolling with it as is. Yep.
Well, it looks like based on where that cart ended in the previous round, Blizzkill doesn't actually have a long way to go to sort of take the map as well as take the match. So let's see what CU Ravens Black has in store for their defense. So hopefully bring it to possibly the tiebreaker of map 4.
This is going to be a very, very aggressive defense from Carleton Ravens Black. It looks like they're going to try and just go with the massive spam damage, but this is going to be running the Junkrat. They're going to be very susceptible to an off-angling Pharah, where their Bastion can't exactly shoot. And oh my gosh, what are they doing?
Looks like they're going to have to hold close, especially with barcode on that Pharaoh.
this
I think their plan might just be hold close to prevent that Bastion from setting up on
this
the
is
point.
a very ambitious hold. 250. If this is properly scouted, oh, interesting. The rotation.
They're gonna have to rotate soon.
Yeah, true. They can't just let this cart roll forward. They're already halfway there.
Here comes Barco with this.
Will they get caught in the rotation? The Immortality field out.
Smexy's already down.
Smexy in front of the shields. The res on Smexy, but the shield's down. The Pharah's off-angling right now.
Farbo goes down to Orisa. Contra's set up on the
Contra, very smart setup here. Not on the payload, so he's not in range of any of the close-range heroes.
And
And
looks like that would be it.
Blizzkill just cleaning up.
That's map.
The aggressive defense for Carlton Ravens Black, unfortunately, did not work out in their favor. I would say, yeah, too many like sight angles that they didn't cover there.
Yeah, I felt like they should have expected Barco to be on the Pharaoh, so I felt like perhaps maybe the Junkrat pick from Fartboy might have been the wrong choice, because basically Barco was uncontested that entire fight, and that ultimately won the match.
I don't know, possibly like a strategy that could have worked there would have been a more aggressive, very aggressive strategy, because yeah, just to like hold them like in their spawn the whole time, maybe just classic like double shield with Reaper and Doomfist just to stop them from getting like out of spawn at all and setting up on the Bastion like anywhere. Yeah, although they didn't know they were running like Bastion out of the gates, but yeah.
Right, I felt like, as you mentioned earlier, I think actually running the Bastion might have been a bad choice, because that basically gave Blizzkill the opportunity to literally just walk past them before Smexy got time to actually put enough damage to make Bastion effective. So I felt like, I think Blizzkill actually played that pretty well.
Yeah, Blizzkill, definitely like, a great hold from them for sure. Playing it so close. Yeah.
So as we see, the bracket has been updated. So Blizzkill has eliminated CU Ravens Black in the losers semifinals and has advanced to the losers finals, which will take place tomorrow, where they'll face against Crabbers. And the winner of that will ultimately move back up to the grand finals, where they'll face the CU Ravens varsity tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be a very exciting match between Blizzkill and Crabbers.
What do you think, based on the matches today, based on like both teams' performance, who do you think will walk out of that match?
Blizzkill and Crabbers? I would say probably Crabbers. Crabbers fought like very well against varsity? Yeah, like Carlton Ravens varsity. Yeah, they looked like at some points. Yeah, they were definitely like handily beating them on that Pharah composition. It's going to be interesting actually seeing the head-to-head in the Pharah matchup between these two teams.
That's going to be interesting to watch tomorrow. And I felt like, based on whoever comes above in terms of like the Pharaoh 1v1s, that would ultimately decide it, because I feel like Crabbers has had a lot of time and opportunity to sort of analyze the weaknesses that Blizzkill has shown, and as you said, as I mentioned earlier, that's going to ultimately decide who wins it and moves on to our grand finals tomorrow.
Yeah, whoever it is, they'll be facing some pretty stiff competition, so best of luck to all teams.
Thank you to Capital Click Esports. Tomorrow is going to be our losers grand finals and winner grand finals. So see you tomorrow, and thank you for watching.
Meteor strike.
All right, we good?
Enemies in our orbit. Go! I'll feel certain